What's going on? Um, Maybe this is for you. Maybe it's for me. I know following up the writing I'm working on, there's some things that I'm coming across and I just keep wanting to share, right? So uploading to the YouTube, got to be super fast with this one. But it's super quick, just 7 quick ways how to bridge the gap when you have some discrepancies within your love language with your partner. So essentially fixing the gaps with your love language or the preferred ways in which you can communicate love with your partner, right? So the first way is going to be identify your love language. Identifying your love language, you can utilize resources. I know that one of the most famous ones is Dr. Gary Chapman has the Five Love Languages book, and there's a quiz that you and your partner can do to assess what your primary love languages are. Of course, those are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch, right? So you all have an opportunity to assess what those are. Number two is communicate openly, right? And in communicating openly, you want to take advantage of this step. Share how you feel with your partner. Ask your partner what they need to be loved, right? What is that need assessment? Communicate openly so they know what you need and how that communication can be better. Number three is going to be learn and adapt. And this is where a lot of people struggle, right? You want to make an effort to learn your partner's love language. And a lot of times that means this is where the compromise come in. It may not come natural to you. You may have to practice different things to help kind of bridge that gap, right? Especially if it's something that you may not be used to from a past relationship, or it's just something that's a little bit uncomfortable to you. But if it's important to you to communicate that and have that love language communication, then you want to make some bends, right? And you want to make some necessary changes that can better you all's relationship. Maybe they like words of affirmation. So maybe that takes a little bit more effort on your behalf to get that to them and communicate love that way. Maybe you like gifts or whatever the case may be, but more accomplishments, more verbal encouragement, those things could help. Number four, it leads into that learn and adapt is really that learning stage from number three, but now we're going into that compromise and balance. And some people get confused on the compromise and they think that means you have to meet every single need. And it's tough, right? And that's a process. It takes a lot to kind of get there. So there has to be a lot of compromise in there. It is essential to get there or to have that as a goal, but you can communicate throughout. Let your partner know that you're working on it, right? Ask them for grace as you continue to work in that direction, and then make sure that you have some balance. So your needs are being met, their needs are being met, and then you all are working on a common goal. And as with anything, when you're compromising and you're balancing, that leads to number five, which is be patient. Obviously, be persistent. Be open-minded to the fact that you are adjusting, right? You're making the necessary adjustments so you can communicate smoothly with your love language. Understand that it takes time, right? And it's going to take effort. It may not be the easiest thing you've ever done, but I can assure you, as I'm writing, and flowers aren't only for girls, it will be worth it if it makes sense and if that partnership is aligned. So make sure you're patient with your partner. Make sure you're consistent with your effort so they can resonate with each other's goal. Number six, I absolutely love, and that kind of comes off something we've talked about before, which is not being afraid to seek assistance of professionals, right? Take advantage of so many different apps and services out there where you can get that professional help, mentorship, guidance in your relationship. If there's a very large gap, right, you need some assistance to kind of bridge that, right, to conquer what you're actually going after. So couples therapy may be of help, just some type of professional help, tools, strategies, concepts that can better the path that you're on. And then the last one, number seven, is going to be regularly assess, right? And I love this one because this step is going to allow you to constantly evolve in your relationship as you continue to grow, as you continue to become your own individual people and start learning and loving different things. You like different things, you entertain yourself in different ways. You want to make sure that you're growing in your relationship as well, and you don't look back and realize that you missed out on an opportunity to secure another step towards your goal of a successful love language communication. People change, love languages do change, right? So you want to regularly check in. I've seen people do everything from like mandatory dates, right? Weekly, monthly, whatever the case may be, mandatory vacations. And they just kind of do a relationship wellness check. And in that check, you want to make sure that love language is a part of it. Babe, what am I doing that is beneficial to us in our relationship? What things am I doing that's not beneficial? What ways can I do that better? You know, what does right look like? What does wrong look like for you? So we can take advantage of the other 6 steps and make sure that that love language doesn't have such a gap, right? So be mindful, be intentional. Make sure that you're expressing love in the way that you can, in the way that your partner needs. Continue to do things to strengthen your relationship, better fulfill each other's emotional needs, right? Don't let the clock keep ticking with a gap in your love language communication. I can tell you that this is one of the more tougher aspects of having a relationship, and of course having a successful relationship. It's not all about looks. It's not all about what you can do for me or what this person does financially or the safety that they offer. Although those are things that are pretty important, security of the house, you know, and being a great parent, and those are all things that are important. The core to your relationship is how you all communicate in your love languages. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of the fact that you're different people, but your goal is to become one in your relationship. So love language is important. So bridge that gap, work on it constantly, and I hope this helps. Take advantage of the things that I'm posting on YouTube, and I can't wait. Flowers aren't only for girls. I'll be finished soon. Thanks.